lights. Okay. All right. Welcome back to my channel. Let me scoot you on out my face. Yeah, I know. I really don't like this camera all up in my face. Like, hold on. Scoot you way back in time. Get you up out of my space. All right, y'all. So I tried to do a reading from my phone and it cut off. Okay, so right in the middle of my read. So now what I'm just gonna do is basically if I can um, do short videos through here, I will. If not, I won't bother. But anyway, so this will be for the sign of Taurus. Taurus anywhere in your chart, sun, moon, rising. I don't know, but let's see. So I'm going to read from Graffatia. Okay. The T. Graffatia. And then I'm gonna read from Pop of Love first. So I can get a feel of what we're reading on, what we're pulling on. Yeah, it's very hard for me to get into a lot of feelings with a lot of people. I don't deal with a lot of people. I am like secluded purposefully. I deal with my kids, so my kids they call me, they socialize, except for one of my children. She is, I don't know. I just ask for her to be protected while she out there, okay? Because she's a handful. She don't want to listen to nobody. Got her own mindset, and she is living in lack because that's the way that she prefers to live right now. I don't think she is she doesn't know that she's not awake yet or awoken, but she feels like she's woken. Okay. There's a lot of things that I don't even know why we're talking about this right now. But anyway, anyhow, I am going to read the sign of Taurus. I should have been more prepared than what I am now. So, but anywho, so let's get it. So this is for the sign of Taurus. I asked the Archangel Michael come in, be present here. Protect me from the crown of my head to the sole of my feet, from the sole of my feet to the crown of my head. Protection all around me, around my home, around my messages. Okay, and I ask that Archangel Raphael, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Ariel be present as well. I ask that my higher self is present. I ask that my ancestors of the highest white light be here and be present. Okay, and I ask my angels, my spirit guides, and my ascended masters to also be here and be present and help me with clear, concise messages. Let it be nothing but the truth and only the truth. So we have desensitized. So somebody is trying to desensitize something about themselves. They are emotionally detached due to fear of, or unwanted behaviors. Okay, feeling numb and suppressing feelings through either drugs, alcohol, or some other addictive behavior. An addictive behavior can be shopping, it can be eating, it could be playing games, it could be buying a whole bunch of gym shoes, buying games, buying clothes, just something that will help you desensitize your emotions. It could be you being on the internet constantly. It could be that you're constantly TikToking, YouTubing, or whatever, doing something to take you away from your true feelings and your true emotions, trying to emotionally sabotage yourself, detach due to fear of something or fear of someone. Okay. Telepathic You could be telepathic. You can have random thoughts and intense feelings brought about by your twin. So you could be telepathically talking to somebody. Okay. They could be trying to desensitize themselves, and you are telepathically talking to them. They're unaware that they're being telepathically talked to, or they do know that y'all are telepathically speaking. Okay. They could know this by their thought patterns. Okay. Notice patterns, images, or numbers in your day to day that remind you of your person or that will remind you of them. So you could see signs, synchronicities, numbers. You could see their birthday. You could see their birth year. You can see their kid's birthday, kid's birth year. If you know their social security number, by heart, you might see a couple of numbers or whatever that reminds you of them. It could be a date, it could be anything. So you are telepathically talking to somebody, to your twin, somebody that you have intense feelings for, somebody you constantly think about, somebody that is trying to get away from you. Because anybody that is trying to desensitize themselves, they're trying to detach from um, some behavior. They're trying to numb themselves. They don't want to feel the pain. They don't want to deal with their emotions. They don't want to deal with the feeling of you or losing you or why y'all are not talking or whatever the situation may be. Okay. Somebody is also dealing with outer turmoil. So, outer turmoil is they're having arguments, unnecessary conflicts, they're having battles, feels their world is falling apart, literally, physically, world filled with chaos, confusion, and destruction. So, a lot of people like outer turmoil. They love to be in this type of energy where it's got to be conflict or battles constantly unnecessary, because this is their mind frame. They have a lot of chaos going on around them, a lot of confusion. But some people are very creative when it comes to a lot of chaos, out of turmoil, confusion, destruction, tearing things up, you know, battles, arguments, unnecessary conflict. It may be something as simple as, oh, you stepped on my shoe. You purposefully stepped on me. You purposefully stepped on my shoe. Okay, it could be anything like that. Gemini is also here. So you could be dealing with a Gemini. You could know a Gemini. You could like this person because they're adaptable, outgoing, intelligent, curious, energetic, perspective, um, perceptive, and witty. Okay, so this person may have a good personality, good thoughts. Okay, very perceptive, energetic, intelligent. Okay, but the negative side of a Gemini is they're very indecisive, impulsive, unreliable. Okay, nosy, bored easily, and unstable and fickle. Mm. So you could be dealing with a Gemini, or you could know a Gemini that's like this. Tower moments. So you could be having a lot of tower moments, changes that are difficult but necessary for growth, movements in life that pushes us to be better and do better because we deserve better. So you could be having a tower moment in your life. Things could be falling apart right now because of this chaos. And it could be with a Gemini. Okay, you can know this Gemini. Small offering. So somebody wants to bring you an offering, but it's a small offering. Small offering. Okay. The small offering is short and temporary. Okay. In between feeling awakened and unawakened, but refusing to let go completely. So stuck in situations they cannot get out of and only can give you something small. So somebody can only give you something small. Okay. They cannot give you anything big. Maybe because um they don't have a lot to give. They could be stuck in situations that they don't want to get out of. You know, they can only offer you something small. So if this person is married or committed to somebody, they can't really commit fully to you anyway. They can only give you small offers. And it just depends on, you know, what's going on with this person or in this person's life. Something with the number 13. You could have been born on the 13th. You could have been born on the 31st. So we have gluttonous gossip. Mm. So some is unable to control and has an overwhelming need to share false or misleading information, overindulging and over consumption of personal narratives that may or may not be true. Damn. So somebody out here is just gossiping about stuff that could be true and it may not be true. So they just out here just they in it. Okay. They could have started gossiping around the 16th or the 61st. They could be 61 years old. They could have a 16-year-old. Patience is also here. So maybe you need some type of patience, preserving in the face of delay, suffering, and silence, but holding out, continuing on with life with struggles, but having hope things will turn out fine. So you need some patience right now because things will turn out in your favor. They'll turn out fine for you. This is a number 58. Okay. Then we have ghosted. So somebody could have been unreliable to confront feelings or hurt or what they are feeling. Okay. Wants to avoid conflict, explanation, and self introspection. Convenient to run instead of facing reactions. So somebody could have ghosted you or wanted to ghost you because they was unable to confront their feelings, okay, or their emotions. And they wanted to conflict, okay, the explanations and self introspection. It was convenient for them to run away from you. It was convenient for them to run instead of facing your reaction to something. You could be a Leo. A Leo is here. You could talk to a Leo. You could know a Leo. Magnetic. Leo's positive sides are magnetic, enthusiasm, outgoing, creative, romantic, leader, and generous. But the negative side of the Leo is pompous, show offs, over dramatic, pretentious, bossy, jealous, and possessive. So if you ever are around some Leo and they're in their negative energy, they're very pompous, they're show off, they're over dramatic, they're very pretentious, bossy, and jealous, and very possessive. So that's the negative sign of a fire sign of a Queen of Wands. That's a negative Queen of Wands. If you see a Leo like that, they are in a negative fire energy. Okay, then you got masquerading here. So somebody was masquerading something. They could have been attempts to conceal their feelings and authentic intentions. Feels powerless and may resort to lying to gain greater control over their environment. So this person will lie. They don't care. Just in order to have control or to pretend that something is not going on, to conceal their real actual intentions. You could work with people like this. You could know people like this. Okay, they could hide a lot from you, and they just they just lie because they have to gain some type of control towards themselves. Pisces is also here. You could have a Pisces moon, a Pisces rising. Okay, Pisces anywhere in your chart for real. Pisces Venus. So Pisces is here. It says the Pisces positive side is being creative, intuitive, empathetic, kind, generous, romantic, mystical, and gentle. Good morning, Jeanette. The negative side of a Pisces is depressive, obsessive, extreme emotion, escapism, and spiteful. Thank you for the like. So you could be, I have my son is actually a Pisces, and when they get in that negative ass energy, honey, They they are very dependent, obsessive, extreme emotions. They're always trying to escape something and can be real spiteful. So when they're real spiteful, they don't want to help anybody. They don't care who it is. It could be you could be their mama or their daddy. If they are in a spiteful energy or a negative energy, they don't want to help. Okay, this could be your soulmate. Somebody out here has a soulmate that you should be patient with. Okay, it says needs are equally met. Challenges, you may be more giving and loving and deeply connected without the codependency or needless. So you could be with a soulmate right now. Okay, you don't feel codependency or neediness. Okay, this person may not feel real needy to you, or you may not feel real needy to them. All right, we still on Taurus here. This is for the sign of Taurus. Libra, so you got some balance in your life here. Okay, the positive side of a Libra is being romantic, charming, diplomatic, fair, idealistic, social, clever, and smart. But the negative side of a Libra is being indecisive, self pity, vain, unreliable, superficial, ambivalent, lazy, and fearful. So sometimes some of these are in our charts. So you may have Gemini, Libra, Pisces, um, and a Leo. You might have all of those in your chart. You have to look up your birth chart because we can hold all these energies as well. So when we feel in all these negative energies, sometimes we can turn into these energies. Okay, we can be indecisive, self pity, vain, vulnerable, superficial, lazy, okay, and fearful. So we have balancing here, balancing. So, and it came spinning out. So I'm going to read both sides. So balancing can be remorseful through actionable change, wants to undo the wrongs and do right by you. Understanding what you put in, you get out. Karmic justice. So somebody has karmic justice here. You could be in karmic justice about some type of interaction, some person that ghosted you, something that you had to have patience about with this turmoil here. Okay, I'm trying to balance the scales of my life, of our connection. I took from you more than you were able to give, and I used you for my own benefit. I now understand this was unhealthy and unfair to you, and I'm sorry. So, somebody is wanting to apologize for them being imbalanced. Okay, and I'm going to read both sides of this one because it came out as well magical and powerful. So, you are very magical right now and powerful. You have new beginnings and alignment, taking action towards destiny, creator of own reality through powers of manifesting. So, right now, you are manifesting. You're manifesting color, you're manifesting new things, new ideas, new creativity. Okay, and it says, I used to limit my goals and place myself in a box based on what I was told I was capable of. Since meeting you, my views have expanded and I am trying to dream big because of you. I know I deserve more. So maybe you start watching somebody else and start feeling like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna be very magical and I'm gonna use all my magic, my resources. And because of this person, me watching this person, me talking to this person, me engaging with this person is helping me move and realize everything that I deserve, that I need to have, that I should have. I deserve everything that I want in my life. So you could be thinking about everything that you want and that you deserve for your own life here. Okay. You could be being very creative. My throat. Attacking my throat here. Squeezing my throat. Okay. Drinking the Kool-Aid. So somebody drank the Kool-Aid. You see the Kool-Aid? They drunk both of them. So somebody drank the Kool-Aid. They was listening to others and disregard their own feelings. So they was listening to other people talk about you. deny you, lie on you, okay? Knowingly goes along with other people's plans and ideas without thinking of their own well-being. Okay, this person goes along with the crowd, goes along with other people. They drink the Kool-Aid. They listen to others, disregard how they feel. Okay, so they always going around not thinking for themselves. Okay, they don't think for themselves. They allow other people to think for them, and this is why they do that. They're unawakened. So somebody is unawakened here. They're asleep. Fear of losing their old life. So they fell asleep. They was afraid to jump ship, move forward, okay, with you because they were afraid of losing their own life. Fear something is missing, but is in denial, physically blocking and ignoring the connection. So this person slept on you. They fell asleep on you. They fell asleep on what you could do for them, how you could help them, how you can, help upgrade them, uplift them. They were physically blocking and ignoring your connection. So they didn't think that they could probably upgrade with you. This person is unawakened. They are asleep. They don't know what's going on. They could be woke in the physical, but they spiritually they're unawakened. They have no idea what's going on. This could be your twin flame here. Okay, this charismatic Casanova. Okay, that may be how he got you. Okay, he could be very uh, charismatic. Purpose. Okay, twin flame. I'm reading twin flame first. Purpose to live life separately, learning lessons, possible reunion after becoming stronger and awakened. So maybe this person was unawakened at first, and now they're woken to the fact that you are their twin flame, and they're having a possibility of wanting to reunite with you after becoming stronger. Okay, single soul, split in half before reincarnating into two separate bodies. Okay, so you might be looking for your other half. Looking for the other person that's a single soul. Okay, y'all reincarnated into two separate bodies. And I'm gonna read this charismatic Casanova. It says fear of commitment and of being hurt, emotional avoidant, detachment style, fond of many lovers, and has many love affairs. So this person is always got at least three women, two or three women. Look at him. He a Casanova. He gotta have multiple women. He gotta be the prize. He gotta feel something, some commitment, some sort of emotion. Okay, but he's detached. He is avoidant and detached. He's in fear of commitment and being hurt again. Cosmic love. So somebody don't want me to tell this or get this out because I had no problems with coughing. Cosmic love. Okay, connected in the 5D, regardless of disconnected in the 3D. So somebody wants this cosmic love. They want to be connected in the 5D, regardless of how you're disconnected right now. Intense or strong feelings that they feel are everlasting, powerful, or otherwise indescribable. Okay, even though we are not together, we are connected through and through. When I sleep, I dream of you. When I'm awake, I think of you. I am able to feel you as if you are physically here. So somebody is dreaming of you when you're away. Okay, even though y'all are not together, y'all might not even be conversating. Okay, but this person feels you. They feel like you're still there with them. They have a cosmic love. Okay, y'all may not be connected. You don't see this person on a daily basis. Tumultuous lives. So somebody is living a tumultuous life. It says gets into trouble in various ways. So they always getting in trouble. Plagued by depression and addictions, unstable childhood, very difficult times, loving themselves and others. So they live a very tumultuous life. They having a difficult time. They didn't have a stable childhood either. Destiny is also here. Maybe you could have thought this person was destined to be with you, or maybe you could feel like y'all are destined not to be together. Okay, but destined is here. Destiny, you were destined to meet. Strong, unbreakable bond, passionate love, and strong desire, deep inner knowing of divine connection. So maybe you know that y'all were destined to meet and be in a divine connection. I'm reading for the sign of Taurus. Past life. Ooh, past life. So you and this person, and intuitively already came out intuition. So y'all were already telepathically talking. I cannot get my words out. I have no idea why. Intuitive and telepathic communication. Time seems to stop in each other's presence. Instant connection and deep emotions. Feels very familiar with each other. So you know this person through a past life. You feel like you've known them all your life. Okay, so you intuitively know that you and this person had a past life, a past connection together some time ago, whether it was in this lifetime or another lifetime or past lifetimes. Inner child healing. Somebody needs to do a lot of inner child healing here. Going inside to explore our authentic feelings and parts of us that may have been rejected and labeled as inappropriate or too much by others, especially by our caregivers. So, as a child, your parent could have told you you was too much. Glow up is here. Overcoming illness and negativity, feeling confident and being on the right path in life, connecting with others, positive vibes, and a new phase of life. Difficult differences. So maybe y'all started bumping heads because you had a glow up. Okay, because you start coming up. So this person had different of opinions and ideas and love, difference in status, money, power, or culture. One awakened while the other is unawakened. Okay, so you were awakened and this person was unawakened. Okay, and y'all kept having bumping heads. Oh, somebody's triggered out here. So I'm gonna read it both because it came out kind of sideways. So people and places remind them of you. Panic feelings, overwhelmed, cries out loud. Mm. It does not say cries out loud. It says cries, acts out. But they must be crying out loud because I said cries out loud. Withdraws or reacts defensively. Strong, uncomfortable emotion, reaction to something that wouldn't ordinarily cause that response. And then this is what this person is saying. I get so emotional when your name comes up or when I see something that reminds me of you. You triggered something inside of me that caused me to feel uncomfortable in my own skin. I don't understand these emotions. So this person is having a hard time trying to figure out why they're so triggered by you and y'all connection and why y'all were together. No, maybe later came out in reverse or something. I don't know what question you asked, but it said no, maybe later. Okay, so you know what you just said. I don't. I'm not in your head, but it said no, maybe later. Okay, and then we have fragmented of the soul. So it came out in reverse. And they're saying, I'm working on my self worth. For a long time, I deemed myself as someone who didn't deserve love and happiness. I was always angry with my life and pushed love away because I thought I didn't deserve it. So this person thought that they didn't deserve it. They just wanted to push love away, push connections away, strong connections. They wanted to bump heads because they didn't feel like that they was deserving of love, of real love. So this is why they have a lot of lovers, a lot of loving affairs, of being with multiple different women. They like sleeping around because it makes them feel like they're in control of many people or people fighting over them. It gives them some type of rush. So now I'm about to read from Graphitia. Yep, avoidance. So somebody try to avoid you because you're awoke. Okay, they will disassociate it, pretend something doesn't exist. Politically aware, activist, and truth seeker. You're aware. You're an activist. You're a truth seeker. Okay, taking action, finally doing something. So somebody has decided to finally do something, or you decided to finally do something. You decided to avoid this person and wake on up. Okay, this person could have been hot and cold with you, extreme inconsistency. You were constantly on a roller coaster ride of emotions with this person. Y'all had a lot of differences here. Differences. One thing is not like the other. Different backgrounds, different status. Okay, y'all could have had a lot of differences. They could have did stuff differently than you. Financially using you. So somebody could have been financially using you, financial abuse, controlling income, expensive, hiding, or hoarding money. They could have been hiding and hoarding money. Okay, they didn't want you to know that they were financially using you. But some people, you know what's crazy? Some people still have money and then try to control your money. Why they still got money? Because they want to save money or keep money in their pockets, keep money to themselves and don't want to share. Okay, they abuse their finances. They control the income. They want to control their income all the time. They could be hiding. Thirst trap is out here. So somebody could have called you a thirst trap, could have said you were thirsty, seeking attention, needing, willing to sell your soul, but you weren't. You're not a thirst trap. Intimidation. Somebody could have been intimidated by you, causing worry, trigger, and fears. Antagonist. Somebody could have antagonized you. Was an active arch nemesis, just always your adversary and your frenemy. Destructive is here, destructive force. So some tower moment happened, external conflicts, internal struggles. So this person is internally struggling. You could be 47, they could be 47. This could have happened when you was 47. Okay, y'all could have had a real destructive tower moment. Some type of conflict that happened outside of you. It could have been a fire. Okay, some type of fire started. A fire could be a real explosive argument. Okay, some type of struggle, argument with the person, a fallout. These cards, there's so many of these cards. I'm trying to separate them. It's kind of hard. Okay, deceitful. Somebody could have been real deceitful, playing mind games. Okay, being a liar, pants on fire, withholding the truth, not wanting to tell you the truth, not wanting to be honest. Okay, this person is in isolation right now. This smooth talker is in isolation. They're hiding out. Smooth talker. Deceptive words, to trick, persuasive, charmingly dangerous. Copying is here. So somebody is unorganized and super basic. Sheeple is also here. Following the crowd, easily influenced. Divine masculine. The yin to your yang. Okay, y'all could have had an argument because you felt like they was following the crowd. They was easily influenced by others. Easily influenced to destroy your relationship. There was a big disappointment here. Unfulfilled and unsatisfied. Okay. Unconditional love. You could have gave this person unconditional love without limits. Maybe you didn't have any limits for this person, and they just was a liar. Okay, they was a smooth talker, they was a manipulator, they was a Casanova, having many lovers, hot and cold with you, very extreme, inconsistent, putting you on a roller coaster, just lying, constantly, just telling a lot of false lies, and was moving slow. Okay, because they was told they was moving slow. They was told slow and steady brings the grace. So they felt like they was just gonna move slow with you. Okay, slow, procrastinating a lot. Diva. Somebody could call you a diva. They could feel like you're a diva. You're difficult to please. They could say that you have a better than thou attitude, shallow, superficial. You're boastful. Or somebody here, this is somebody here, boastful, bragger, self promotes, showcases their achievements, possessions, or advantages. Okay, apathetic. This person could feel very apathetic, could not care less, gives you the cold shoulders constantly, don't even care about you. Okay, when you speak, you talk, they look to the left or to the right. They just constantly ignore you, or they're always in their thoughts in their head about somebody or something else. They could not even be paying attention to y'all conversation. Unresponsive. You're unresponsive. Okay, maybe you're not talking to this person. Maybe this person ain't talking to you, or maybe they called you and you saw it, but you left it where it's at, left it unread. Okay, their glory days are over. Okay, somebody can't be doing all the stuff that they're doing. Everything has peaked already. They want to be a show off. It's over for all that. Okay, they're getting too old for that. Be showing off. They probably already too old for it. Okay, canceled. So something had been canceled. You could have canceled something with somebody. Could have threw something in the trash. Canceled it out. No longer existing. Bullied to the point of depression. Poaching. Somebody could have been poaching, pushing, trespassing by any means, taking what is not theirs. Okay, being boastful about it. Because sometimes people run around and talk about how they took shit from you. Boasting. Obstacles. Somebody has a lot of obstacles here. Road bumps, life lessons, learning from your mistakes, pushing through, breakthrough eventually. So you done broke through a lot of obstacles here. Okay, even though you had a lot of road bumps, you're learning a lot of life lessons here. You're learning from your mistakes. You've learned from your mistakes. You pushed through it. You had a breakthrough. Water under the bridge. Okay, so now you're putting it under the bridge. You're forgiving yourself. You're forgiving the other people. You're letting go of the past. You're enjoying your life for yourself. You're enjoying your life for yourself. Because this person was being very deceitful here, lying, withholding the truth, withholding information, and now they're in isolation for that. Superstitious, surreptitious, a not a secret affair. So they had some type of secret affair. You could know about it. May not think that you know about it. This person was a tyrant, cruel, oppressive, oppressive. They had some type of secret affair going on. They was lying about it though. Secret naughty affair. Admiring from afar. So you could be admiring somebody from afar. They can look, but they can't touch. Online stalking. Somebody could be stalking you online. Naive romantically. So inexperienced and overly romantic, easily tricked and manipulated by others. We saw that come out earlier. This person listened to other people, so they were easily tricked. They were naive, okay, romantically. They was always asking other people what to do or what should they do and how should they treat you instead of going with their own intuition. Fanatic. This person could be a fanatic, obsessing all in your face. Class clown. This person could also be a class clown. This masculine laughs through their pain, does not take things seriously, make masking, finds amusement in suffering of others. So this person could act like a class clown constantly. Divine feminine, you are here. The yin to your yang. Divine masculine and divine feminine is here. So both of y'all showed up in this read. Okay, endanger to themselves. Somebody could be an endanger to themselves, put in harm's way, causes unnecessary drama. Responsibilities. There is a lot of responsibilities here, commitments, obligations, important duties that are burden to someone. They got a whole lot of responsibilities, longing and missing you. So somebody is very longing, missing you, wanting you back. Somebody is longing, missing you, and wanting you back. You could have been a great person for this person. They just did not trust you. They were in their own feeling. They was trusting the opinions of others. In the shadow is here, stalking and observing, watching, contemplating. You could be in the shadows. You could be hiding, watching someone. 124, that's my birthday. So somebody could have been in the shadows at the time, stalking and observing. Emotional drama queen. There's an emotional drama queen out here. Somebody is in their emotions, honey. Fakes for attention. Makes a big deal out of nothing. They just emotional. They always overactive. They dramatic. Everything that they do is extreme. Gaslighting. Somebody was gaslighting someone here and controlling. Psychological manipulation. Blames without reflecting. Controlling. That was their key. The toxic key to your mind watches your every move. They was gaslighting you and trying to control you, trying to control your mind and everywhere you go and everything you did. Okay. They was toxic. They thought it was the key to your heart or the key to everything, the key to trying to be in your mind. A love affair is here. Somebody you had a love affair with, intense and unlikely out of the blue. So this somebody that happened between you and them out of the blue. Intense emotions. Retaliate. Now somebody wants to retaliate. I don't know if it's you or them, but somebody is feeling very vengeful, spiteful, and out to get others. Racist. So somebody is a bigot, prejudiced, and antagonistic. Could be racist. Fishing. Somebody is fishing, casting hope, wishing for success, patiently waiting for opportunities or something better. Black sheep that came out again. So you can feel like the black sheep. They all laughed at you, but now they need your help. Outsider, loner, game changer. They could have laughed at you, made fun of you, was a class clown, acted a mess on you, showed they ass, cursing themselves. So now somebody is cursing themselves for how they treated you. The bad decisions and regret, wanting to reach out to you. Bougie. Fancy pants, high end, superficial, materialistic, shallow, skin deep, and hard to please. Maybe somebody felt like you were bougie, or you could know you bougie. You could know your worth, so you feel like you don't have to deal with a whole lot of this stuff. Okay, tampering, sabotaging here. So somebody was sabotaging, bullying, deceitful, persuading others, negatively loaded is also here. So somebody could be drinking. Okay, they could be out drinking, partying all the time because they feel like they got big pockets. They're a big spender. They love to spoil people and they are enjoying life. Mama's boy. This could have been a mama's boy. You could be a mama's boy. Her opinion is the most important places mother above everyone else. Family issues. This person could have had family issues with their mother, with their father. Unhappy child, partner, dissatisfaction, parental, co-parenting issues, unhappy family, arguments, dysfunctional. So that they may think that it's okay to be this way because this is how they've been raised. And sometimes people feel that the family issues that they've been brought up under, it's okay to be like that. Co-parenting issues, dependency on the other person. Secret stash. You could have a secret stash, or somebody else could have a secret stash. Keeping things hidden. So somebody could be keeping something hidden from you. Some money. They could be trying to get your money, take your money, but keep all their money to themselves. We have victim mentality. Somebody has a victim mentality here, can't cope, won't cope. John McQueen, crybaby. John McQueen came out again. So somebody is dramatic. Workplace issues. They're having workplace issues, dealing with harassment, hostility, competition, gossip, and being fired. So somebody might be getting fired. Stop wasting time. Okay, Spirit wants you to stop wasting time. Begin now. Don't question it. Let go of what doesn't serve you. Cult. This person could be a part of a cult. You could be a part of a cult. Strange and sinister, twisted beliefs. So somebody out here got strange and sinister, twisted beliefs here. Devil tendencies. Mm-hmm. Came out. Devil tendencies, obsessions, addictions, impulsive, naughty by nature. Okay, that was the group, naughty by nature. Okay, somebody could listen to that. Somebody could just be naughty by nature. Ripple effect. It's also here. One event produces other effects. Your actions affect your future and others. Better lover. So somebody feel like they could be a better lover. Someone else is better for you, or that's what they saying. You could get a better lover. Someone good has their eye on you, or you could be getting a better lover here. Unchanged, because this person don't want to change. Unaltered and living in the past. They so old, they still listening to old cassette tapes. We don't listen to that no more. So this person could be wanting to not change from living in the past. You may see them outside and they still dress like they in the 80s or the 70s. Okay, smoke and mirrors. Somebody could have smoke and mirrors, misleading and embellishing. On top, you could be on top right now. Okay, winning, victory. Or they could have felt like they was on top. Okay, with all this old stuff, smoke and mirrors. Toasting. You could be toasting, celebrating wins, acknowledgement, wins and victories. And that also came out with toasting. Okay, so you could be celebrating right now at this moment. You could have celebrated on January 23rd, January 26th. Okay, because we're actually in February, but we're not that far from that. Entanglements. Somebody could have got entangled with three people. Three people here. Third party outsiders, messy, busybodies, and a web of lies. Okay. Could have got entangled with a bunch of people. And third parties is, just people outside of you. People outside of you and this person. A third party can be a child. A third party can be a baby mama, a aunt, or uncle, anybody. Intrusion is here. Forcibly entry, not minding their own business. So somebody is intruding on your life and in your business. Okay, they ain't minding their own business. They're trying to enforce their way in your life. Toxic. This person is a toxic lover. Strong highs and intense lows. Poetic justice is here. So you getting retribution. Somebody getting karma. Okay, retribution, karma's out here. Because this person was trying to be intrusive to you, intrude on you. They want to mend your heart. Somebody is trying to mend their heart, trying to correct their wrongs, fixing and asking for forgiveness. You could be burnt out. Prolonged emotions, physical and mental. Okay, you could be burnt out with this person. You're living rent free in somebody's head here. Can't get you out of their head, or you can't get them out your head. Abandoned is also here. You could have left this person alone. They felt left for dead, deserted, lack of support, cast off, rejected, dismissed, can't sit with us. And exposed. The truth is revealed here. Truth revealed. Something has been uncovered. Something is exposed. Clickbait is also here. Irresistible temptation, bait and switch, catfish. Somebody could have catfished you. You could have catfished somebody else. Late bloomer. You could be a late bloomer. They could have been a late bloomer. Needs time to grow. Naive, innocent, success later in life. Delayed, slow, and steady rise. Top dog. You are top dog right now. Boss babe. Leveling up. Penthouse status. And spiritual charlatan. Bogus healer. Con artist. Spiritual fraudster. Inauthentic. Alliances. Somebody could have said that about you. Working in union together, strong bonds to win. So they could have thought that they could become a bogus healer, a con artist, a spiritual fraudster, and authentic. They could have felt like you were like that. Burdens, mounting pressures. So maybe you feel burdened by something or someone on your own. You're on your own right now, doing things on your own. Coordination day. You could be celebrating increase in status, glow up, recognition, popular attention. Okay. Third eye. So somebody is out here aligned, awakened, aware, revelations, going through portals. All right. Your third eye is activated here. You're in alignment. Homelessness. So you probably already know that there's no place like home. Feeling lost and hopeless, kicked out, thrown to the curb. So somebody could have kicked you out, thrown you to the curb. 5'11", 115. You could be experiencing homelessness, or somebody else is experiencing homelessness. Okay, then we have man's plane. Man's plane. Condescending or patronizing explanation. I think that's supposed to be man's plan. Globetrotter, adventurous, jet setter, by themselves on their own. Globetrotter, moved on. You could have moved on from this person. Distance does not make the heart grow fonder. Leaving the past behind. Bloodsucker. You could have felt like this person was a bloodsucker, energy vampire, depriving you at your own expense. Two more. Gut feeling. You could have had a gut feeling about this. Intuition, wisdom, inner guidance. Behavioral issues. This person has behavioral issues. Hostile and antisocial. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck, we have underlying health issues. This person has a lot of underlying health issues. Undiagnosed, unidentified, undisclosed, in denial, or unaware about their health issues here. Or you could have this going on with you. You may not be wanting to go get checked because you feel like it's going to be worse than what you're already dealing with. If so, if this is you and you feel like that you have a lot of health issues, health concerns, go to the doctor. You know, you could have high blood pressure. Okay, you can have swelling in your feet, your ankles, and your hands. You can have frequent headaches, migraines, and stuff like that. You're not taking action. Go to the doctor to find out why you're having all this. Go to the doctor. Get checked out. Get looked at. Okay. And that's the end of Air and Fire of Light. Thank you for watching. If you would like, please watch from the beginning. Please like, share, and comment if you want to. But this is for the sign of Taurus. I'll be back with another one. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Bye.